Hello, this is James. I've been playing in Legend rank with my alien deck, and it has been kicking some absolute butt. Um, the deck revolves around piling up A counters on your opponent's monsters so that you can trigger all kinds of neat effects. So we have Alien Overlord that can be special summoned by removing 2 A counters. Alien Telepath, once per turn, you can destroy one of their back row by removing an A counter from the opponent's monster. You have Alien Warrior that when it dies, it benefits from the A counter attack reduction, and then when it dies, it puts 2 A counters on the monster that destroyed it, so you can crash it into another monster and then weaken it for destruction by another one of your aliens. And then your Alien Gray, which might possibly be the most underrated card in this deck. I mean, I think a lot of times people replace it with Alien Kid because it automatically puts A counters on monsters, but only when they're special summoned. And this is more for something like if you have a bunch of mysterious triangles and you want a hard counter a Cyber Angel deck because all ritual summons are special summons. But Alien Gray, when it flips, you get to put an A counter on whichever monster you want and on your opponent's side of the field. And when it's destroyed, you get to draw a card. So that's a nice little +1 for you right there. But actually, while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and add. I'm gonna take out an Alien Gray. I'm gonna add another Alien Telepath because you want to make sure that you have enough of this guy to remove the back row. This card is you can auto destroy any one monster with an A counter on it, and you don't need it. I didn't even get to use it in the replays. Place it with an enemy controller. Super Rush Headlong and your Curse of Anubis and Windstorm of Etiqua are good defensive cards because your aliens are pretty weak. They need the initiative. They need the A counters. And then 2 more cards. So we have Restart. We're running the Restart skill. And that's mostly so that we can get our A-Cell recombination device. And this lets you pitch a monster from your deck. Usually one of these because you can only control one. You pitch an Alien Overlord. And you put 6 A counters on the opponent's monster. And then that can be used to special summon another Alien Overlord. That can be used to destroy back row. That can be used to weaken it for Alien Warrior. It can also be used for Brainwashing Beam. And this is my favorite thing to do in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to not to destroy, to take control of the opponent's monster. And you can have it for as many of your turns as there are A counters on it. So if you pitch an Alien Overlord and then chain into Brainwashing Beam, that's a good amount of time. And this should have been a higher rarity. Once you use it, so you use it defensively, right? Your opponent is attacking into your monsters. You quick play A-Cell recombination device, puts a bunch of counters on it. It breaks against the walls of the Alien Warrior, and then on your turn, because you can't banish it on the turn it was used, you banish it on your turn, and then you pick up an Alien Telepath so that you can swing for the KO, which is super neat. And I have some replays for you. Roll the clips. So our first replay is against the dreaded Archfiend deck, helmed by the nefarious Yami Bakura. And you wanna restart to get basically your A-Cell recombination device. That's the single most important card in the deck. So the Alien Gray gives us a counter and gives us an extra draw. We don't have quite enough monsters to quite enough A counters out to go for Alien Overlord. So we'll just keep playing defensive. And I didn't realize that this was the strategy for the Archfiend deck. Is to be defensive But I find out later that it's the Doom Dogs. The Doom Dogs are going to give him the first Lord of Horror. And this is a full-on Archfiend deck. There's no half measures here. He has three Lords of Horror. But he's going to banish and get out his Dark Necrofear, and go for my Telepath, and then we use Super Rush on the defensive, which is still my favorite way to use Super Rush because I hate wasting it. But then he goes for Necrofear, and possesses my Alien Telepath. His telepathy abilities are overwhelmed by the Dark Necrofear. We go ahead and use a cell recombination device so that on our turn, so we get 8 counters out, and on our turn we can banish it and search for another Alien Telepath. So he activates Call of the Archfiend. Now what we could do is take a counter off of the possessed Alien Telepath and return him to our side. But we're just going to get rid of that Call of the Archfiend. I'm still not familiar with the combos of the Archfiend deck, so I just want to head off anything weird, and I can only use him once per turn. And besides, we have Alien Overlord that we're going to special summon by taking off counters off of our possessed Alien Telepath. We're going to see what that face down is, and he's out of Archfiends to search, but then he blocks with the Sphere Karibo. Now you see he can't attack with Alien Telepath. It's not a threat to me because of all those A counters on it. But that Trance Archfiend is, because he can boost it up to 2,000 and to try and get over my Alien Overlord. But that's why we have our defensive cards. So 2 for 2 on the defensive cards in this Archfiend duel. And he has nothing, so we're gonna go ahead and clear his board out. But first, we're gonna check the text of Trance Archfiend to make sure that he can't get anything bad. Now he is able to get out the Archfiend Emperor, the first Lord of Horror, but because we have Curse of Anubis, we don't really have to worry about that too much. We are gonna blow up. See, this is neat. We blow up the Necrofear, and then it destroys our monster because it can't come back to us. That's alright. He's served us well. Go for the direct attack. And now he can special summon his first Lord of Horror, but it gets destroyed in the end phase. But he doesn't do that. He summons his Archfiend Cavalry to make one last ditch attack. And we're gonna Curse of Anubis. This guy's a tenacious player, but GG. And so we're not gonna use the skill. Even though usually you want to go for the A-cell recombination device. And this is an Alien mirror match, and this guy is using Alien Kid. And I can only think that Alien Kid counters Cyber Angels, but you need a bunch of that super rare triangle card. And it also puts counters on Hazy. When you have a bunch of Hazies coming down, rolling down your mountain, the little gray, the card that I have, does not put counters on them. But Alien Kid, since it's just an automatic effect, you don't have to target. Then Alien Kid is able to put counters on the Hazy cards. So I go ahead and put the counter on the Alien Telepath. I don't activate the Wall of D because we have this play, right? Since we have Little Gray is a powerful combo with Alien Brainwashing, and see, there he is. He's activated right there on the card with his eyes. And this card, I didn't put in my deck. Select one face-up alien monster you control, destroy it, and distribute its new encounters equal to its level. So I'm not sure why he does that, because that helps me. Now, one thing to note here is that you can't take. So what I was trying to click on my Alien Telepath because I have his Alien Telepath on my side of the field, and I was trying to take A counters off of it but that doesn't work. So really what the text should say is remove A counters from a monster on your opponent's side of the field, or some variation of that. But so he's also going with the defensive back row, and I'm able to get out the Alien Overlord. Having 6-star monsters, it's kind of like Gaia Plate. Having high level monsters that you can, and then he takes his alien card back, but then I blow it up, so that I can get out a Alien Warrior and go for that OTK. And he's just left with a dead card. Anyway, it's a powerful option to have high level monsters that you can either normal summon or special summon. But then he blocks with his mirror wall. See, this is why Anubis and Etriclaw are the superior options. Now I know that this is Bonz, and Bonz is a natural fit for the aliens. That's why I have him. I mean, in addition to his restart skill. But Bonz is a natural fit for the aliens because of his gaunt, creepy little face. But this is not an alien mirror match. This is against Phoenix. So blows up the gray, puts on a counter, toss the Alien Overlord. I mean, there's 3 in there, but the third one is just fodder for tossing, and then the other 2, you can search out with a cell recombination device. So we have plenty of counters, and we can special summon. And this right here, there's enough A counters on the Yaksha for this to be an OTK, barring anything except a Karibo. See, 2200. If I'd been able to get that attack in, that would have been the win right there. But he does have the Karibo, and then Nephthys. He's gonna kill my Alien Overlord, completely clear my board, and I get 2 counters on the Phoenix. So we have equal resources. These 2 monsters on the field. How are we gonna come back from this? Well, we're gonna make use of the sacrifice of our Alien Warrior. Special summon Alien Overlord once more. Get out our warrior. Put our defensive card in place, and then here what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to crash the Alien Warrior to get A counters on it so that it can be the Phoenix can be taken out by the Overlord. But I forced him to use the Karibo, which is a good thing, and I was protected with my Curse of Anubis. So now we have our Brainwashing Beam, and I should have done this last turn, but we're able to activate Alien Overlord's effect. Oh yeah, geez, it's like 3rd effect. You can just put A counters during your main phase. He blows up his Hurricane. How old is that combo? And we get the win just by forcing him to use all his cards. And here is another Yami Bakura First Lord of Horror Archfiend deck. And we get our A-Cell recombination device, put the A counter, we get our Magic Triangle with the extra draw. It's so good. It blocks and it draws and it gives you an A counter. Anyway, so we're gonna pile the counters on to Trance Archfiend. Usually I don't like counter decks, but this one the counters actually do stuff, and they're well integrated. And then we banish, and we search out an Alien Warrior. So we have the full set. All of our offensive aliens are ready to go. And since he doesn't have any special summoned, any banished monsters, there's nothing for us to worry about with Trance Archfiend. I don't set because I don't want to get pinned or destroyed. And again, see, this could have been an OTK, but this is the First Lord of Horror deck, so that he has plenty of blocking Karibos. Yeah, this guy, three Sphere Karibos, 3 First Lords of Horror, 2 Necropheres, 3 Trance Archfiends, like the full combo. And here another kill shot, but he has a second Karibo. But it's not looking great for him. We have another defensive card and an Alien Gray just for insurance. Mimic gives him a card. Staves off Ruin with a third Karibo. But he's on the defensive. So he plays 2 cards. And we have our Alien Overlord. And he activates the Archfiend. Target 1 level 5 or higher Archfiend monster in your graveyard. Discard a Fiend type monster. If you do, special summon him. And so here I'm checking. Okay, so he has the first Lord of Horror. He can get him out because he most likely has a Fiend in his hand. But we have plenty of defensive back row. We're going to go ahead and set the Mysterious Triangle. Because then that way, we have the option to flip Alien Gray and then just blow up the first Lord of Horror and get out a monster. So he blocks a 4th block with his Fiend cards. He discards a Doom Dog and blocks with first Lord of Horror. We use an offensive Super Rush to clear him out. But that's the end of my turn. So here's his last play. Gets out the first Lord of Horror once more. Blows up the triangle. I didn't even get to use the triangle. You don't need the triangle. You don't need the triangle super rare. Gets out his first Lord of Horror and his Dark Necrofear. Gotta have those defensive cards. Windstorm of Etriqua. See, in a lot of decks, the Windstorm and the Anubis, those 2 cards, they feel like just stalling. But here, it's setting you up. It's setting you up. So I'm able to get an A counter onto Dark Necrofear. Special, not special summon, tribute summon the Alien Overlord. And because of that high level of power, we're able to get out the first Lord of Horror. We don't have to worry about him anymore. And we get rid of the Archfiend trap card. So here's the classic Dark Necrofear. He's going to crash, take control. But we have our A-Cell recombination device. We're going to pile those counters on. No need for overkill. Because here we're just going to remove a counter, blow up the Necrofear, take control of our guy again. It's a good game, man. He gets his Sphere Karibo back. Tenacious. This is actually the guy from the first replay. Thank you for watching.